What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Bundesliga Career Mode. It is episode number 4, it's also the season finale, our final episode of season 1, where we know now on the back of our win over Bochum, we're safe. We can't go down, we are 16 clear of Heidenheim in 16th place, but also we are currently 13 off of Frankfurt in 6th. We've been locked in 11th basically all season long, and that's about where we're going to finish. We could finish top 10, we could finish slightly lower, but really, I think, yeah, like 9th, 10th, 11th, that's going to be our finish this year. And so, with that being the case, and 6 games to go, as we see Hubers is going to join Newcastle United for 8.5 million. You might have missed this right at the end of the episode. He asked for a transfer. We negotiate with Eddie Howe, and we're going to get a bit of money for him as he'll go to St James's. First, the final 6. We'll get through the final few games of the season really quickly then, with basically nothing to play for. It's just all about how high can we finish. Bayern Munich away at the Allianz Arena. Our first of the final 6 league games, all coming today. Come on, Cologne. Call for Cologne right before the break. Haven't been under any pressure at all yet. And a chance at a strike from this set piece. Maxime's delivery headed on and tipped over by Manuel Neuer. Excellent stop there. As we're still tied at 0-0, but I'd take this point and clean sheet every day of the week, man. Every day of the week. We've actually stood up to the big boys on occasion this season. I mean, we've got a win against Leverkusen. I think we drew against them in the reverse fixture as well. If we can get a point here, or possibly 3, it was coming, Davy Selke heads home, and our top scorer heading in from our top creator. I don't know if you guys saw the reaction on Harry Kane's face when Bayern were beaten by Dortmund, and he just had this kind of like 1,000-yard death stare. That's the best way I can put it, really. He just looked completely dejected. If only for like 1.5 seconds, but it just told the full story, really. And if we were to beat them here, which is looking quite likely now, and Bayern were to bottle it in the end of season running, well, I think Kane might have another one of those death stares here at the full-time whistle. We are 2-0 up, and Jan Thielmann doubles our advantage at the Allianz Arena. I think for Kane, like, you know, there's just been so much talk about the curse and so on, you know. He couldn't have done much more for this Bayern Munich team this season. And again, don't forget, they're in the Final Four, so their season is not done yet, man. They could still win the Champions League. Granted, most people have them as outsiders there. I think most people have them down as third favourites behind Real Madrid, who they take on, and PSG, who face Dortmund in the other semi-final tie. But I actually went on record as saying this when they had that comeback win against Lazio. I did tweet, and I said on Twitter, is it still called a tweet if it's on X? I suppose it is. As Kane scores a wonderful goal there. I would love to see him do it. I would love to see Kane put out of the bag with Bayern and win the Champions League when all seems lost in what has been a player that's had a career which has been phenomenal in terms of individual accolades, but still no team trophies. I'd love to see him do it. I'd love to see him lead this Bayern team to the Champions League. And they still could. You never know. Yep, I think if Harry Kane could lead Bayern Munich to the Champions League in what has been such a tough first season in Germany, I would absolutely love it. I'm sure he would have floods of tears when he'd finally get to hold that trophy, but I would love to see it. But in this Bundesliga season, well, it does feel like we're mirroring real life, because despite his best effort scoring his 24th goal of the season, he still ends up on the losing side. Massive win at the Allianz, second scalp of the year, along with Leverkusen away. And if we weren't safe before, then we definitely are now. Mathematically guaranteed too. For the first time this season, FC Cologne are in the top 10. You love to see it. Let's try and finish the season strong and stay there as well. Following game, Darmstadt at home. Let's get another big win here. Make it 3 wins on the trot. Our longest winning run of this season. Come on, Cologne. Yeah, we're going to try and extend our joint longest winning run of a massive 2 games in this one here. Can you call it a run if it's only been 2 games? It doesn't feel right, does it? A winning walk, maybe, but certainly a winning crawl, but not a winning run. Polter denied by Schwabe, as it's still 0-0. Still, no matter how you look at it, man, did they have the Bundesliga 2 logo there, Darmstadt? Was that the Bundesliga 2 logo? How have EA not changed that? Yeah, Darmstadt were promoted from the 2 Liga last season, and don't get me wrong, it's incredibly likely that they're going to go back down to the 2 Liga for next season. They're currently rock bottom of the Bundesliga and all but certain to go down from here. But no matter how you look at it, that's poor from EA, that. That's really... How? Here in... Come on, Davey. Yes! In mid to late April, have they not fixed that? That's inexcusable for me, that. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Davy again. Selke. Good stop by Schuhen as he looked for his 17th goal of the season. And for Maxime as well, almost another assist. He's an outside shot for the assist title right now, Max. If he keeps this going, he could do it. And he's got another one to add to the collection as well. Cologne, double up. Davy with another brace. 17th of the season, man. He's unreal. What a striker. And the thing is as well, like, I know I've said this before, but like, it's something that really frustrates me with EA. It's like, why is he not growing? He's in his late 20s. He's not 40. Do you know what I mean? Like, seriously, I get it. Players are obviously going to have more potential when they're younger, of course. But even so, how after what has been an unbelievable season, is he not currently able to grow any more ratings this year? Yeah, I mean, this is debatable. Very debatable indeed, but you could make a case for this. Did Karim Benzema get better in his 30s? Was his final 2 or 3 years of Real Madrid his best patch in professional football? Possibly, you can make a case for it. He won the Ballon d'Or during those years in 2022, so maybe. I'm not saying Davy Selke's going to win the Ballon d'Or at 31, but he certainly deserves an upgrade in my opinion, because it's his brace that is ensured we'll get on our best winning run of this season. Three in a row for FC Cologne. We're basically unbeatable. And just before that game against Mainz, we had our final U-Scout report. And by the way, thank you to those in the comments that did let me know about Hans Schaefer, who, I'll be honest here, I knew nothing about. Hold on, let me do this first. Right, I'm just going to give one academy scholarship to Jan Peters, this Dutch goalkeeper. The potential isn't actually the best, but I just always like to have one youth academy goalkeeper. Yeah, Hans Schaefer, who I'll be honest here, I knew nothing about. I did not know the name, but FC Cologne legend. Most capped player for FC Cologne ever, I believe. Several caps for West Germany on the international stage. And we've got Benjamin Schaefer. So thank you to those that did let me know about that. I'll be honest, I did not know who Hans Schaefer was. But I guess I should have done, for being such an iconic figure of FC Cologne. And we've got his grandson now, Benjamin, leading our line. I love that. Absolutely awesome. So I appreciate the comments telling me about that. It's such a great bit of football trivia. You know I'm all about that. Right, we've got 4 games to go in the season, and let's crack straight on and get through them as quickly as possible. Mainz away, our following game, as you aim to make it 4 wins in a row and continue this really impressive run from FC Cologne and stay in the top 10. Come on, Cologne. Sorry, I just got that the wrong way around as well. He wasn't the record appearance holder, 3rd in appearances, but he's the record goal scorer, Hans Schaefer for FC Cologne. And his grandson Benjamin looking to add to that history of the family name, and he might get another goal here, or at least an assist. It's the latter. It's Davy Selke. It is FC Cologne on fire, going for their 4th win in the league in a row. What an end to the season this is going to be. Is there a better striker in the league right now than Davy Selke? Yes, obviously. Oh, Schwab almost got caught out there. But still, it's pretty amazing what he's doing, man, trying to lead us to a top 10 finish. As Ludwig Jorke, Norwich City icon, has just fallen into the net. Yeah, if you watch my FM say with Norwich a few years ago, he was a character. He was a character, 6'7", but 15 all across the ball for determination, teamwork and work rate. I ain't forgot. And it's his passion that's headed Mainz to levelling goal right before the break. Well, winning run might come to an end after 3. Couldn't extend that, but the undefeated run continues. And this is a really nice stretch for Cologne. Top 10 is still, I would say right now, not just a possibility, but probably something we're odds-on favourites to do from here. This will probably be our final academy update of the season, just to show you how it's looking right now. Obviously, we know who the best is. The highest overall, or at least the joint highest overall, Ronnie Hahn. And these lads down here, I'm not sure if they're going to make the cut, to be fair, because whilst the potentials are really good, I've said this before, like the problem we got is that there's players in the same position that are better. I mean, are either of these guys going to start over Schaefer? I mean, probably not. So I think I might release Giovanni Bakker. Because we've got, like I said, another player on the left-hand side, if we were to convert him, that's even better now, Nicholas Volter. But yeah, Ronnie Hahn continues to look the absolute best of the bunch right now. And so for the new season, when it comes around, what I'm going to do, even if he's still 16, is promote him and then add him to the loan list. But I'll let you know if any of these guys ask for a pro deal between now and the end of this season. Yep, 3 games remaining this season. Let's get through them as quickly as we can and hopefully stay undefeated between now and the end of the season, trying to wrap up a top 10 finish. Our following game, our our penultimate home game this year, FC Freiburg at the Rhine Energy Stadium. Free kick for FC Cologne. And Maxime has gone over to take it. I mean, you know me, I can't score free kicks to save my life, but I'll give it a go. I'll give it a go. Simons. Oh, that was such a soft free kick, and I put almost as much power on that as I possibly could. Goodness. Oh, hang on. Oh, it's going to be a lucky goal man in the middle. Oh, there we go. Florian turns in from close range with a nice little skill shot. But I don't know why the keeper came out there. You know, it's very rare that the AI make a mistake when bringing out a goalkeeper. But if Schaefer rolls it through, he was never going to get there first. I don't know why he comes off his line like that. Very rare does the AI make a mistake with a GK rush out. We'll take it though. 4 in 22 for the skipper. And the opening goal 16 minutes in. Minor. Lovely ball. Kynes to skipper. Who plays a wonderful ball in, and Schaefer just couldn't pull the trigger, and oh, that's gutting, but that looks like a serious injury right there. The way he hit the deck, and most crucially, the way that animation started, I think that's a serious injury. Oh, that is gutting for Benny Boy, man. What a fantastic debut he's had out of the academy. But that, to me, is going to look like a, well, probably a 3-month injury, I would say. And if the play ends up being stopped by the ref, which it might end up doing so, it's probably going to be longer than that. He still hasn't got up yet. That's a massive worry. Yeah, he's still down. He's still down, and now the referee is going to stop play. Okay, I'm going to be honest here. I think that's a 7-month injury. I hate to say it, but if the referee stops play, more often than not, it's the longest injury you can get in CM. I think that's 7 months. Damn, that's tough. That is so tough. I mean, in terms of our youth prospects, he might be the lowest rated of the 3 that have come out of the academy and stayed in the team. I know we've loaned out our Belgian fullback, but he's definitely the best in terms of what he's done. With goals and assists. Man. That's gutting. It's so frustrating when you get a youth player get an injury, man. So frustrating. Minor must finish 2-0. And I guess this is the saving grace. We're going to extend the unbeaten run and get back to winning ways as well. If nothing else, let's wrap up a top 10 finish, even without Benny Boy. Let's ball through that, and it's going to be 2-1. Grifo with the finish. And Freiburg right back in it. It's going to be back-to-back games without a clean sheet, and the question is now, can we hold on to the win? Well, it is going to be back to winning ways, and the undefeated run continuing as well. Big 2-1 victory at home to Freiburg in a penultimate home game of the season, but the problem is, you know it, I know it, it's come at a massive cost, man. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it, but I think we know what it's going to be. Yeah, I would be shocked if that's anything other than a 7-month injury for Benjamin Schaefer. Wait for the little retrieving data from server box to disappear eventually at some point. Hold on. There we go. And here we go. Oh, Selk's on the player of the month. Nicely done. Here we go. There it is. Was it ever in doubt? Benjamin Schaefer. What a debut season he has had. But we're not going to see him again until halfway point of Season 2. 6 goals and 3 assists in 13, averaging a 7.59. Would have been higher had he not been forced off so early in that game. He's up 3 ratings. That's absolutely devastating, man. So I'm already thinking about long-term strategy now with Schaefer. I think what we'll have to do is for next season, he'll just stay in the squad for the first half of the campaign. So we won't be able to loan him out then. But then when January comes around, he's lost all his growth. Because now he will. He'll go down by about 2 or 3 ratings. We'll then try and loan him out next January on a short-term loan deal for the second half of next season. Right, following game, Union Berlin, final home game of the season. Let's at least finish the season strong here, keep the unbeaten run going, and try and make it 3 wins on the trot to close out our debut year at the Rhine Energy Stadium. Come on, Cologne. That is tough, man. That is tough. Of all the players to get an ACL, I'm going to be honest here. I think that's probably the last person I would have wanted to get it. But I would have been very happy had Simons got it either, because he has been phenomenal, chasing that assist title, floating it in, and Jan Thielman with his 3rd in 32 games. Cologne in front. Let's end the season on a great unbeaten stretch of 7 games. Yeah, any of the youth lads, be it Mad Max or DJ in the back line. Just none of the youth lads getting a serious injury, man. You just can't avoid it. Can't afford it, sorry, in the early stage of their careers where their overalls are so low and they need the growth as quick as possible. To get it sucked out of them through injury, it's the worst feeling, man. Absolute worst. But if we can at least get a win here, something positive. Oh, I see you out wide, Linton. What a ball, man. That's a great first touch. It's going to be 2. And it is. Cracking finish. Second of the year for Linton Minor. And Cologne are going to win their final home game of the season. I'm calling it now. Do you remember at the start of the year we were cursed at the Rhine Energy Stadion? We didn't win a single home game in the entirety of the first half of the year. Oh, how the turntables. Now we are really strong in West Germany. And that is going to do it. 2-0 win against Union Berlin in our final home game. And I love how in the first half of the season we didn't win once at home. And now we're so much better in West Germany, man. I always say it, there's always time to turn it around. Let's play the final game of the season away at Heidenheim and end on that. And I must say, it's a really anticlimactic end to the season in the Bundesliga as well. Basically nothing to play for in the final day. Leipzig are champions, top 4 is set. 5th and 6th are set. I mean, oh no, Mönchengladbach could possibly overtake Frankfurt. We're guaranteed top 10, and in fact, we could even sneak into 7th on the final day, albeit quite unlikely. And I believe the bottom 3 is set as well. Well, Heidenheim could overtake Bochum if they get a result against us here on the final day and go into the relegation playoff. Other than that, though, very little to play for. And it's same individually as well. Openda has won the Golden Boot. I mean, I can't see Harry Kane scoring 3 or more on the final day. Though, of course, he could. I think it's quite unlikely. Simon is all but surely going to win the assist title as well. And Galaxy versus Schwabe is really the only individual battle, if you will, to see who wins the Golden Glove. Come on, let's do it for our number 1. So, yeah, final game of the season, Heidenheim away. Let's see if we can end the season with what has been our longest unbeaten run of the season, extended all the way to the final game. Let's avoid defeat here on the final day. Come on, Cologne. I'm actually just realising I got this slightly wrong. Our longest winning run is actually 4 games. Because we won 2 to end last episode off before the first 2 today. Which means if we avoid defeat here, it will be an unbeaten run of 8 games. 8 games without a loss. That's incredible for FC Cologne, man. What a strong finish to the season. Which is why I'll be gutting if we lose the final day. And that's such a disappointing free kick. Those are so annoying. It's obviously because the handballs are on. But it's just the AI are automatic for in that range. So as soon as that free kick was given, I knew it was going in. Top corner, and well, it could have been 8 games without a loss. I don't think it will now. What a finish. Easy. Oh, it's going to be 2. That's a great pass now. That's a brilliant little pass, and that is the dagger. So it was an unbeaten run, which was very tasty indeed. 7 games without a loss, but it's going to end here, and yeah, I just haven't been on it in this one. Do you know, I always say this, when I haven't been on it, I'll have hands up, and in this game, just have not played well. Whimper of a way to end this season, but nothing to play for anyway, so I'm not too disappointed. Yep, as we end the season on the back of the loss, like I said, anticlimactic final day, where in the end, as we already knew, the top 4 was Leipzig, champions of the Bundesliga for the first time ever, with Bayern in 2nd, Dortmund in 3rd, and Leverkusen in that 4th and final CL spot. Hoffenheim in 5th, and Frankfurt in 6th, with us finishing in 9th in the end, dropping to 9th on the final day, but a top 10 finish in our first season, with only 39 goals conceded, one of the best defensive records in the league. And 14 wins out of 34 games. Yeah, I'm very satisfied with our first year at the Rhine Energy Stadion. And in the end, on the final day, we did see one change. Bochum dropping into the bottom 3 because of Heidenheim's win on the final day. They'll contest the relegation playoff, with VfL Bochum and Darmstadt automatically relegated to 2nd tier. And as for the individual statistics, like we called it before the game, Openda did indeed win the Golden Boot with Kane in 2nd. Davy Selke was top 4 for scoring though, 18 goals. He had over half, well, almost half of the goals we scored this year, I think. About half, anyway. That's just ridiculous, man. What a season he had. He was also in top 15 for assists, but the assist title winner in his debut year, Maxime Simons, Mad Max, finishing 2 clear off Harry Kane. What a way to announce yourself on the world stage by winning the assist title in the Bundesliga in your first year in pro football. And as for the Golden Glove, in the end, that was a tie. Galaxy and Schwabe. But I don't know who would actually get it come the end of the season if they were tied. For games played, obviously minutes played in that case as well, and for the clean sheets too. I don't know, is it alphabetical order? Because that's a harsh way for Schwabe to lose that. And not only did he win the Golden Boot, Openda, but he also won the Player of the Season as well. And we also see the team of the tournament as well, which featured Galaxy over Schwabe. That's a shame. Anyone in there? Anyone in there from Cologne? No, sadly not. I thought Selke possibly could have snuck in there. And I feel like Maxime is overlooked as well for winning the assist title, with sadly no Cologne players in the team of the season in the first year. Oh, and Galaxy won the goalkeeper of the tournament as well. But yeah, I'm surprised that he didn't get in there, Maxime. Granted, only the 1 goal in 32 games, but 12 assists. No one had more assists than him. That's a bit disappointing, that. And just before we see who won the other competitions, we've just seen that one of our youth players wants a pro deal. That is Lenny Weber. Unfortunately, he is 18 and the overall's not the best, but potential just about saves him. So I think I will give him a pro deal and try and loan him out for the new season. Fingers crossed nobody else asks for him between now and the end of the season. So let's see who won what. We're in the DFB Pokal. It's a dream season for RB Leipzig. They retained the German Cup. They won it last year. They now win it back-to-back and a League and Cup double. They are on the rise in German football. The 2 Liga saw Hamburg and Hertha Berlin gain automatic promotion, with Hannover 96 going into the relegation playoff, where they won it as well. Heidenheim are down to the 2nd tier and Hannover are back in the Bundesliga. Classic German team, Hannover. And whilst we stay domestic, in the 3rd Liga, the 3rd tier of German football, Arminia Bielefeld have bounced back alongside FC Sandhausen. Dynamo Dresden will go into the playoff for promotion to the 2 Liga as well. And as for the European competition, well, first of all, with the Europa Conference League, you'll see it was a final between Club Brugge and Frankfurt, and it was a Belgian side who ran out winners by a 0-0 this year. This year's Europa League was an Italian-heavy Final Four with only one non-Italian side in it. And they, in the end, went all the way to win it. Benfica beating Napoli by 3-1. And as for the Champions League, I'll run you through the full groups in Season 1. As you can see, who did what, if there were any similarities between this year and the save, and in real life as well. We're heading into the knockout stages. You see the quarterfinal ties here. Barca going to the Final Four and knocking out Real in an El Clasico, and beating Manchester City to win the Champions League by a 0-0. Xavi bows out with the grand prize. As for some other major European leagues, Man City might have lost the CL final but did win the Premier League once again this season to continue their dominance. PSG 16 clear of Monaco to continue their dominance in French top tier this season. Napoli might have lost the Europa League final but they won the Serie A title in this year's Italian top tier. And just like in real life, PSV champions of the Eredivisie this year as well. I'll do a few more. Liga Portugal won by Benfica, finishing 4 clear of Sporting Lisbon. Porto in 4th, I think it was there, with Braga in 3rd. As for the Scottish Premiership, Rangers on top by 2 points at the end of the first phase. We'll just assume they end up winning the title. And as for La Liga this year, Barcelona completing a league and Champions League double, a whopping 17 clear of Real Madrid, as this year's Copa del Rey winners Bilbao are back in the Champions League as well. We'll do 2 more. We always end with these 2. Fenerbahce, champions of the Turkish Super League this year, top of Turkey. And as for the MLS, just got going. We'll see 18 games in. It's Messi's Inter Miami that are currently top of the Major League Soccer this season. And so to end today's episode off and the season finale, we'll take one final look at the squad at the end of season 1. I've got to say, it's not great, obviously, but a solid finish in the top 10. And heading into the new season, well, like I said before, we're kind of looking at the team here and saying, how are we going to improve it heading into the new season? What are the changes we're going to make? We know that a few of these players are going to go on free, such as Heinz and Schmitz as well. I would say that for the new season, we don't want to stunt the growth of Janssen or Max. I would say we should be looking for possibly a star new right back, because Paccarada's just been filling in there this season, and maybe a new CB as well, because I'm thinking about converting Martel to a ball-playing defender, because you know what I'm like, and we're going to lose 2 CBs anyway, so yeah, that's probably my long-term thought for the new season, but it all depends on the transfer budget, of course. But as I run you through the stats, Penkte is leaving on a free come the end of the season. Schwabe grew 2 ratings this year, again finishing runner-up in the Golden Glove on what I believe is alphabetical order. I've got no plans to replace him as our long-term goalkeeper. At 29, he's not going to go down for a while, and he showed in the first season he's more than good enough to be starting for at least a few years. But this young lad out on loan, don't know anything about him, but Jonas Urbig, right now out on loan at Firth, he looks solid. Balanced GK stats all across the board. It's only 20 and up 3 to 74. Long term, I still trust Schwabe for at least another 2 or 3 years. But after that, I think this guy's going to be ready to step in and take over as a starting goalkeeper role. But Pakarad this year, again, only fielding at right back. So for next season, I probably will look for a new right back, as we'll keep Fingrafe at left back. He grew 4 ratings this year, getting an assist and 10 clean sheets in 24 games. I like this kid, man. Only 20 years old out of the academy. He's solid. Dominique Heinz is leaving to Morenz at the end of the season. Hubers is going to go to Newcastle for 8.5 mil. Chabot was probably our best centre-half this year alongside DJ. Got a goal in 25 games and 9 clean sheets. He's still getting better as well at 26 years old. He's got 90 strength. He's really tall. Wins a lot of aerial duels as well. So I see him as being a really solid CB for us for many years to come. Kilian is joining Wolfsburg when the new season starts as well. You can see that Bakker to Kanda has grown 4 ratings out on loan the Eredivisie. But here's DJ up 21 ratings this year. But of course, as we know, 18 of those were through the position change, so really it's only up by 3. But he got 2 assists alongside 9 clean sheets and 22 with a really solid average rating as well. He shouldn't lose that potential to be special. He is an unbelievable centre-half, man. I'm so excited about his future. Schmitz is joining Ajax at the end of the season, and we see that Alex Janssen has grown 3 ratings out on loan at Heidenheim, who are, of course, relegated. Eric Martel's injury really stunted his growth, unfortunately. Really solid young DM, but only up a rating. Would have been up by 2 had it not been for the injury, but even so, really good young player, and no plans to replace him for sure. Linton Minor, I really like him. Does he have a release clause? He does not, thank God for that. I really like this guy. I'm going to give him a contract coming the end of the season. He's still getting better. Only 24 years old. Up 2 ratings and a couple of goals this year along with 3 assists as well. He's solid, man. I really like him. Christiansen, a Danish midfielder that I normally played right back, to be honest. He was alright for me. Grew 2 ratings this year. Only 22 years old and still getting better. So got no plans to sell him either. Hussein Basic, the young Bosnian, same as well. Sometimes played in fullback, sometimes through the middle. He was solid wherever he played. But there is the assist title winner, Max. Grew 4 ratings to 73 overall. Obviously, officially came out as a CAM. We converted him deeper to CM. That was definitely the right call, especially when Schaefer came out of the academy. Only the 1 goal, yes, but winning the assist title with 12 assists this year. Got him back on balanced right now, but he's growing really nicely. And again, only 17 years old as well. So got 4 ratings this year. Hopefully next year we can get him into the mid to high 70s. The captain, I don't think he's going to get any better now, but 4 goals and assists in 23. For next year, I'm going to try and turn him into a bit of a 6-man in his team and have him mostly coming off the bench. I like him, but we are prioritising those younger players. Speaking of which, Jan Thielman, Cologne Academy graduate, up 4 ratings this year to 76 overall, 3 goals and 6 assists in 33 games as well. Granted, he starts right back at times for Cologne, but to me, he's not got a defensive capability. That's why we're playing him on that left-hand side, and that's where we're getting the best out of him as well. Justin Dials out of contract coming the end of the season. He only had games off the bench for us this year. I might just let him go coming the end of the season. He grew 3 ratings, yes, but he's only 19. I don't know. I'll think about that. I'll let you know if I give him a contract or not. But the biggest disappointment of the year, not because of his stats, but because of the injury, Benjamin Schaefer. I'm gutted about this man. Grandson of a Cologne legend. Grew 3 ratings, 66 overall. Was taking the league by storm. 6 goals and 3 assists in 13. And then did his ACL. Oh, that is character building, a canon event. And fingers crossed next season when he comes back in January, we can get him loaned out and he'll get some first-team football elsewhere. Lenny V were too young to check his too lowly rated to check his potential. But as for the player of the season, there he is, Davy Selker. Only grew to 1 rating, but a top score of 18 in 33 and 5 assists as well. For next season, I've got no doubt in my mind whatsoever. Despite the fact he's not growing anymore at 29, he's still going to be leading our line. And as for the other 2 strikers, I think both of these will be going in the summer. Adam Yan, who I barely played, Armenian 31-year-old off the bench, never really played. Tiggers also barely played as well. Could just keep him for the squad, but really, again, probably just going to sell in the summer because we are going to get back 2 of our strikers, Lemperle from Firth, who's better than both of those, and so is Damien Downs. He's grown 5 ratings in his short little stint at Cincinnati in the MLS as well. But that'll do it for the season finale and the first season of the Bundesliga career, guys. So massive thank you for watching. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed the first season, then please do drop a like. Man, we got through this one really really quickly. Have a fantastic day. Much love to you all. I'll return in the next episode with a brand new season. Season 2 beginning with a transfer ban has been lifted. And we'll be able to make some new signings. And we'll send our youth scouts out for another year of hopefully great products coming into our academy. Have a fantastic day, guys. Much love to you all. And I'll see you for a brand new season. Our second year at the Rhine Energy Study on in the Bundesliga career mode very soon.